If he isn't now, he will be soon.
It was released on the 18th of last year.
May 18th of last year. All right, so, all right, in the matter of Tabitha Lynn Duncan versus Jerry Lee Relaford III, file number 2023-50482BP. I have Mark A. Brugman appearing on behalf of the Lenawee County Prosecutor's Office and P66065. Mr. Brugman, Mr. Relaford currently has a bench warrant for failure to appear on a felony criminal case. He is not in jail at this time. He was released from the jail last year. So I'm sure we'll find him soon now.
Right, yeah, our summons doesn't expire for a little bit, so we're still waiting for service.
Okay, all right. So, all right, Mr. Meadows, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can I ask what you are here for this morning?
I am here for a summons I had gotten last night for family court. It says here for establishing parentage, support, and parent time.
Okay, so, Mr. Brugman, sounds like it's one of your files, but I don't have them on my docket.
Okay.
What's the mother's name?
Hold on, Mr. Meadows, we're gonna look it up.
What's the mother's name on the case?
Andrea
Last name?
Edwards.
Give us a few minutes and we'll have some looked up for you.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
All right, so Mr. Meadows, you just hang out for a minute.
Absolutely.
Damien. All right, Mr. I want to say Bainey. How do you pronounce your last name?
Bonnie.
Bonnie. All right. So this is in the matter of Celia, I think, Maria Bennett versus Christian Jeremy Bonnie.
Okay.
File number 23-50489 DP. She is not in my waiting room. So I have Mark A. Bregman, P66065, appearing on behalf of Mr. or the Lenawee County Prosecutor's Office. So I don't have a proof of service in this file, but clearly we have service because he's here. So it must not have made it to my file yet, Mr. Brugman.
Yeah, we have proof of service.
All right, so Mr. Brugman, how would you like to proceed?
Yeah, this is the date and time set for our request. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a paternity arraignment. At this time,
Yes,
Mr. Bainey could either ask for genetic testing, in which case you would order that genetic test and our office would set up the genetic testing, or he can acknowledge on the record by being sworn in that he is the father of the minor child in this case, and then he would sign the affidavit of parentage based on his testimony here today.
So Mr. Bonnie, do you understand you have two choices today? One, you can request a DNA test to determine if the minor child is yours, or you can acknowledge that the child is yours. How would you like to proceed today?
I would like a request a DNA runner.
All right, so Mr. Bonnie, all right, Mr. Bregman,
Your Honor, I'm requesting that you sign that order based on Mr. Bonnie's request for a DNA test. Once that order is signed, we will make arrangements for the DNA test to be performed, and we would just need him to make sure that he shows up at his test.
okay. So Mr. Bonnie, Mr. Bregman's office will submit an order to me. I'll sign that. Make sure that you keep your address current with Mr. Bregman's office during this process, because once he receives the order, they'll arrange for a DNA test and you'll receive notice for that either via telephone or in the mail. All right?
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bonnie. You have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Mhm. Okay.
All right, so I have an Amaya Thomas, and then I have a gentleman with a screen name of Brenda Lawson, but I'm gonna guess that you are not Brenda Lawson. And what is your name, sir?
Shay Simpson.
Okay. All right, this is in the matter of Amaya Jordan Thomas versus Chase Timothy, I cannot speak, Chase Timothy Simpson, file number 2022-50150 DP. This is a date time scheduled for a motion for entry of order. I have Mark A. Bregman appearing on behalf of Lenawee County Prosecutor's Office, P66065. So Ms. Thomas and Mr. Simpson, have you both received a copy of the motion and entry of order, as well as the proposed judgment of support? Ms. Thomas,
Yes,
right, did you have an opportunity to read and review it?
yes,
Do you understand all the terms?
yes,
All right, do you have any objection to any of the terms regarding custody, parenting time, and child support?
I would just like to keep sole custody as it states in the motion.
Okay, all right, so Mr. Simpson, have you received a copy of the proposed judgment?
Yes.
And have you read it and reviewed it?
Yes.
Do you understand all the terms listed in it?
Yes, but I do have a question. I'm still in school and I'm in school until June 4th. So I don't know if that's like was included in it or anything.
Well, that's kind of irrelevant,
Okay.
because whether you're in school or not, kids still gotta eat. So we don't defer child support just because you're in school. So, sir, do you understand the term for custody, parenting time, and child support? Do you understand all of those?
How did you calculate the amount? Because I have two numbers here, the $277 a month and the $19. I just want to know like why they aren't together or like why they're separate.
Let's see what we're talking about. Hold on.
It's the calculation results.
I know I got, okay, so Mr. Zero overnights. Let's see, additional children.
It's a computer system error, and just the one at the top is the one that matters.
Okay. So how did you get the amount? I was just wondering how it like works and things, just to help my curiosity.
So here's what I would say to you, Mr. Simpson. These calculations do not award any overnights. So they're calculated with you having no overnights with the child. And Mr. Bregman, I'm assuming Ms. Thomas is imputed at minimum wage, correct?
Correct.
Okay, which is why they're both, their incomes are $1,335. So you're both imputed at minimum wage, and the child support order is $277 a month. And then support amount based on known actual income of Chase Simpson Bank, Amaya Thomas, $19. Yeah, so what is that, Mr. Brugman?
So that's the computer system that they can't adjust the error in it. Is that, and we can't, it just, it's on every order. And I'm
Okay.
not sure why it says $19.
All right.
Okay, so, sir, if you don't agree with having no overnights, if you don't agree with the child support, and if you don't agree with the physical custody, you need to tell me now, because if you do not tell me now, this order will be entered and it'll be more difficult to change it later. So do you object to any of that?
No.
No? Okay. All right. So both of you at any time can petition friend of the court for a set parenting time schedule or anything of that nature. You must keep your address updated with friend of the court at all times in writing, and then report any new income. Do you understand that? So if either of you get a job, you need to report that, okay?
All right.
All right.
All right. Sir and ma'am, just remember that resource is available to you. So, and yes, sir, even though you're in school, child support is still calculated, okay?
Okay.
And today is the 25th. All right, so Mr. Brugman, I will sign both of these orders. And you will receive a copy of this in the mail. And I wish you both the best of luck. All right,
Thank
you
you.
guys both sound incredibly young, so I'm gonna tell you, welcome to adulthood. You need to make smart choices. You need to work together. You need to raise this child together, and you need to grow up. And make sure that you make those adult decisions. You got it?
Yes.
All right, I wish you both the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Brugman, any information on Mr. Meadows?
Yes, this is a paternity arraignment. We just didn't know that he was served last night for this. What we were going to do was going to adjourn it till the next time because we weren't sure if he was going to get served in time, but he did, and he happened to show up, which is great. He is entitled to an adjournment if he'd like
So,
it.
Mr. Brugman, hold on. Can you, for my court reporter's sake, I don't have the file number or the case name. So
Sure.
could you give me the file number as
Yep.
well as the full case name?
Okay, it's Andrea Marie Edwards v. Kyle Daniel Jack Meadows. File number 23-50424-DP.
Okay. All right, and thank you. And then we have Mark Brugman appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Meadows, you were served last night. So in that packet, you're being arraigned tonight. So you have a couple options. You can request DNA to determine if you have any question that the child is yours, or if you do believe the child is yours, you can acknowledge that on the record today. Correct, Mr. Brugman?
Correct, Your Honor.
So what would you like to do, Mr. Meadows?
And this is regarding Amelia, correct?
Does it say a child's name?
Yes,
I don't have
Amelia, yes.
Okay, yes, and yes, I do say that I am the father, yes.
Okay, sir, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear.
Okay, Mr. Brugman, do you wish to inquire of him to ascertain his acknowledgement?
So, Mr. Meadows, you're acknowledging on today on the record that you are the biological father of Emile Marie Meadows,
Yes,
and she was born to Andrea Marie Edwards. Is that correct?
yes,
Okay. And based on your sworn testimony here today, you are willing to sign an affidavit of parentage and have your signature notarized indicating that you are the father of Amelia Marie Meadows.
Correct.
And what is the date of birth of Amelia Marie Meadows?
01/09/14.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Brugman, then going forward, do you have any instructions for Mr. Meadows?
Basically, at this point, Mr. Meadows, we're going to get you to sign an affidavit of parentage based on your sworn testimony here today.
Absolutely.
We'll notarize that. We'll send that affidavit of parentage into the state of Michigan. That'll establish you as the legal father of the minor child.
Okay.
From there, we'll gather financial information and prepare a proposed order of support. You will then have a hearing here in front of this judge that you can object to that order and ask for a referee hearing. If you don't agree with any terms of that order, whether it be parenting time, whether it be overnights, or whether it be child support.
I'll be letting you know now that will be the case.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. We still need to get to that point where we gather the financial information and
Absolutely.
we prepare an initial suggestion of an order, and then you can object to that.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
So, Mr. Meadows, you'll receive a copy of that proposed judgment and a motion for a hearing, and then you'll zoom in like you did today. I'll ask if you read it, I'll ask if you agree to it, and if you disagree with either custody, child support, or parenting time, you just tell me then, and then we will mark the box and it'll be set for a referee hearing on those issues, okay?
Absolutely. I do have one question.
Okay,
I had a Zoom meeting with an intake clerk of Jody Hartman on May 8th. Is that still a go, or do I wait for a new court date from this paperwork you're sending me?
hold on.
What was the name of the person you said? Who's Jody?
Jody
Jody-
Hartman does the intake for front of the court, Mr. Bergman.
Okay, all right, so basically it sounded like there was a private attorney involved at one point for the mother, and
Yes.
then they decided not to pursue that private attorney, and so then therefore it went through the state of Michigan in our office.
Okay.
So basically, you do not need to contact Jody at this point, just contact our staff, and we'll proceed with our case at this point.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay, so Mr. Meadows, thank you for being up on all this and attentive. So make sure you, if you move or change your phone number, you provide that to Mr. Brugman's office, okay?
Absolutely. Can I actually get a number for your office, sir?
Yes, 264
264
1195
1195. What is the area code for that, sir?
517.
517. Thank you.
And as soon as this hearing's over, why don't you call that number and ask for our staff?
For staff.
Mr. Brugman, you'll need to have Erica call and cancel that hearing with Jody Hartman as well.
Okay, we will.
All right, thank you, Mr. Meadows. We'll see you back, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too, thank you. Bye. All right, Mr. Brugman, I do believe that concludes our paternity hearings.
All right, if you don't have any pickups or show causes, I'll take off.
I do not. Thank
All
you.
right, thanks, Judge.